Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Highly Suspicious Podcast with Louie
and Preston.
My name is Louie.
My name is Preston.
A special shout out to Caroline's mom, who is listening to this right now.
Hopefully.
This one's for you. Alright, what are we talking about today? What are we talking about today?
The eternal question. Alright, we'll go for it, folks. We'll go for it, folks. Alright. So, if you are a Kentucky native, you've probably seen this. In other parts of the internet, I'm sure no one will have any idea what I'm talking about. However, recently at University of Kentucky, there was an incident where a student, I'm not going to say their name, I don't think we would get in any legal trouble. Nobody's tracking down the Highly Suspicious Podcast, and it's already out there.
Yeah, it's out there if y'all want to harass this person.
But this student,
which I don't endorse,
physically assaulted and harassed a desk clerk, repeatedly using racial slurs and calling her a bitch.
And there's a video of it.
And there's a video of it.
Because it's the 21st century,
right.
So
there's always
you can't get away with this type of shit anymore.
And they shouldn't be able to, really.
Yeah.
But they also said, do my chores, which is just so fucked up. And like, if you are sober and you're out here saying shit like that, how are you in a college? So I hope that this person was incredibly fucked up and saying shit like that. And I hope that they're incredibly embarrassed and feel like garbage. But, yeah, they bit the desk clerk on the arm, punched her in the face, and kicked her in the stomach.
You think she was on something?
That's like tweaking shit, for real. Like, that's not how anybody fights. That's how you spaz out on someone, is if you're fucking hitting them in the stomach and biting them. This person, as of yet, has not been expelled or faced any repercussions for these actions, which is fucked. But, thankfully, like I said, it's all over the internet.
And when something's all over the internet, that's kind of when, Kentucky's hand is forced in a way. Because really, this might be not like a nationwide story, but it's starting to get, some outside attention too. Because that post has over 20,000 likes.
Yeah, and this is just like another UK student.
Yeah.
So that's like... that shows how much this is blowing up. And it's good. Like, we should collectively try to use the internet, like, to our... It's very easy for it to be used against us, so I think it's important to be aware that we can also use it.
In a positive way.
Because, realistically, colleges are one of the worst places in the fucking world for accountability. It's like that in the government.
Yeah.
Like, you can get away with whatever the fuck if you're in a fraternity for like 20 years, and then somebody will finally step up and say something about you.
Yeah.
And it's like just that kind of environment. So realistically, if no one was talking about this right now, that student could totally get away with this shit.
Yeah.
It would just be that desk clerk would just end up talking to their friends and having to go to therapy and shit. And those would be the only people that would know about this.
Yeah.
But thankfully, we put it up all over the place.
That is because of the video. That's a positive thing about the video. But when I see videos like that, I always think, like, what the fuck is the cameraman doing just being a bystander, not stepping in and doing anything? Is recording really the best thing you could do? Because I'd be mad as hell if I was out with you,
And you were getting fucked up when I just started recording you?
Yeah, if some crazy white bitch was fucking biting me and you were just standing back recording, I'd be like, what the fuck, Preston?
I understand
it
the
too.
Perspective, because it's 100%, if you don't know the person, your obligation to step in is significantly reduced.
Yeah.
You're my buddy, so I'd get in and
I'd
fight somebody.
Definitely.
But if I didn't know you, I'm way more likely to record. And, it's really hard.
Yeah, I'm not... really trying to get fucked up by a stranger for real.
In my mind, I'm going to say that it's a college. So in my mind, it's a dorm. So in my mind, it's, gendered. And so the person recording might be another female. And women aren't as likely to step into a physical altercation as a man might be more comfortable to step into it. Mm-hmm. And, like, so I understand feeling like the most you can do is pull out your phone and start recording. Because, A, it's a good tactic. Like, if you're being harassed, pull out your phone. Start recording them. Yeah. It'll make them uncomfortable, and they'll probably leave you alone.
Same thing with cops a lot of the time.
Same thing with cops. Harassment, it's also realistic to say, well, you know, that, like I said, the most you can do, because that, in the end, can be used to hold the person accountable. And I would say, in some
also
ways...
Also fear of maybe, like, legal repercussion.
Yeah.
Where,
if you stepped in and did anything and...
If you were just trying to do the right thing and then you got in trouble for it, I mean...
And so, I mean, from that perspective, filming is the most neutral, positive, like, stance you can take. Because otherwise, you just walk, like, about like nothing's fucking happening. And that's just significantly worse.
Yeah. I agree with everything that you're saying. And I'm not saying, you know, that whoever was recording needed to fucking step in. I just think it's weird every time I see that. Because that's just how my mind is.
Do you think you would step in?
Yes. Yeah. Because, I mean, yeah, just like the optics of it, like, in the video, like, it's very cringy, you know. And if you saw something like that happening in real life, the minimum I would do would be like, hey, bruh, fucking relax.
Right?
Relax. You're fucking tripping right now. Tweaking off of some fucking bath salts, fucking biting people like a fucking Florida zombie.
Yeah, fucking Florida zombie. I don't know. I do think that it's entirely possible, because like I said, it's a college, you know? Yeah. It's entirely possible that they're just fucking spazzing.
Yeah.
And like, not even as an excuse, but more as a judgment of that person where it's like, yo, if you can't handle your shit, like, that's demented to be out there on some shit.
I was gonna say that a similar thing happened. This is the only other circumstance I know where someone just bit somebody else on some random shit. the Louisville rapper Blasian, who was kind of bubbling up. He wasn't like a big mainstream guy, dude, though. But he fucking like bit his baby mama on the forehead, and you could see
on the forehead.
Yeah, and you could see like marks on her shit, like you could see like
what the fuck,
how he like unhinged his jaw or some shit. You can see like a whole fucking like jaw print.
That's insane. Like that's insane. Just the idea of biting someone.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Crazy.
It's fucked up. I'm not condoning those type of actions. It's just fucking crazy. That's
like, just imagine fucking biting someone.
I feel like that's gotta be some drug shit.
Because like I said, who fights like that?
Like a toddler.
Like maybe. Even, I'm not even saying like they have to be using their fist or like kicking or anything, but just like at the bare minimum, if you're in a fight with someone, you're gonna be like slapping them and pushing them and like pulling them. You're not gonna go, I'm gonna bite this motherfucker.
Yeah, I don't know why that's your go-to. Unless
you're demented, like
unless you're a zombie. Anything else on that?
Not really. It's just
I think that's about
as much as we can say, honestly. But
yeah, I don't have anything else to say.
We do implore you to learn about this on your own, and like we said, just spread the shit all over the internet so that it's more likely that this person gets held accountable.
Okay, so this is almost an adjacent topic, but I think that this topic warrants maybe a slight disclaimer, just as far as, you know, what we might say in this segment might not be agreeable to some people. So, you know, take us with a grain of salt. Exactly. I'm just a guy. Press is just a guy.
We're just some guys.
We're just some guys in a room sipping our Bud Light.
Just talking to you.
Just bros being bros. So I wanted to bring up the Kyrie Irving situation. And I love basketball. So I always like to bring basketball topics, but they're always fucking bad.
They are
when they bleed over.
Bad.
And for some reason, it's always fucking Kyrie. Kyrie just always seems to be in the wrong place at the wrong fucking time. I'm going to start with this. Preston, have you heard anything about this?
No, that's why I was completely clueless about it earlier.
Completely? Yeah. Okay. So, the news is saying that Kyrie Irving is an anti-Semite. And it's because he tweeted out a link to this, like, documentary that had some, like, fucked up misinformation about Jewish people.
Okay.
So he posted a link to that.
Yeah, that's a little anti-Semitic.
So people were calling him anti-Semitic. He was getting a lot of blowback. The news was definitely running wild with it. And it was kind of misleading as far as everyone saying that he was an anti-Semite and he personally said these anti-Semitic things.
Yeah.
When in reality, in like interviews and shit, like someone asked him about it and he said, I don't agree with all the shit that's in the documentary. He was just basically saying that some of it was interesting to him and that's why he posted it. So,
that's kind of weird though.
It is weird. The entire story's weird, but yeah, there have finally been repercussions about it. Kyrie has been suspended by the Brooklyn Nets. A 5-game minimum is what they said. There was like a list. I don't know if this list is true, but it's like the conditions for Kyrie to get back. And basically what he has to do, he's got to like donate money to like Jewish charity.
Oh, really?
He's got to like meet with like the Jewish leaders and talk with
like
them.
He's a fucking
he's got to publicly
politician.
Apologize. He's got to...
That's really like he's a fucking politician.
The last one was that he has to meet with like the president of the organization to...
confirm that he's not anti-Semitic.
For him to, I guess, be like, are he anti-Semitic? And Kyrie's like, no, not me.
Never.
I think the punishment is just. I think that Kyrie should have known that this whole anti-Semitic thing with Kanye recently.
Yeah, especially.
Like, the timing of this just could not be fucking worse for him to post something like, hey,
it's just
check this out, guys.
Weird. Where'd he post it?
On Twitter.
Yeah.
He just posted, like, the link to it. But...
Wait. Just the link to it?
Yeah.
Nothing else?
Yes.
Either he's an idiot or he really is thinking some of those things.
I think that, yes, it's one of those things where it could be like...
If he said it was interesting, that means, like, I kind of agree with a few of these things that they were saying, you know?
Mm-hmm. I think that he is trying to be on, like, this same, like, free thinker wave that Kanye was kind of trying to be on. He was trying to be, like, might not be politically correct or whatever, but that's me. I didn't take the vaccine. It was very public about it for a statement, and I was saying that the world was flat a few years ago just to be,
That's right, man.
Just to be this guy that, thinking out of the box, he's different. He's not like
being wrong is not the same as thinking out of the box. Just a little tidbit.
So I will say that I think that's why
Do you think he's doing it just for, like, some attention? Like, he keeps doing those weird sort of statements?
I don't know if...
Or do you think he's really one of those guys where he's... I think it's... I don't know like as an insult, because not all of them are horrible. Some of them are just kind of dumb. But, like, some people are just dumb in this world, It's not their fault. Not trying to say that. It's just, like, I think a lot of those people are trying to be, red pill.
Yes.
And
trying to be different without actually knowing how to be different.
Right, and without really knowing what the fuck they're talking about in the first place. So they're just ill-informed, and they're really like, I just want to have a different opinion than everybody else. But they don't know how to do that in a way that's not, like, moronic and sheepish of them to just kind of say, here's this out-here idea that I heard about.
Yeah.
I
think that I agree with everything that you said, and I don't know if you were saying about Kyrie necessarily or not.
No, it's just
that is what I think his personality kind of is. I mean, all of those examples, that's...
Like I said, there's just a bunch of people like that in this, like, day and age of internet culture, really, where it's like some people are woke and some people are like, man, I'm on that red pill. Yeah. The earth is flat and the Jews run everything. And it's just like, chill out, guy, because you're getting a little too crazy.
I will defend him as far as, he's proven that he doesn't... He usually stands by, like, the type of shit that, like, he actually believes in.
Yeah.
So for him to, in an interview, say, no, I don't believe everything in this interview. Like, he doesn't care about, like, the backlash. That's why he does shit like this. But, yeah, like, he wasn't... He was honest and he was like, no, I don't agree with everything in this film that I posted. It's like, I saw this example on Twitter, and I thought that this was a fair point because, like, LeBron reads Malcolm X in front of the press conference and shit. But, you know, Malcolm X has said some you know, pseudo-anti-Semitic shit. And that doesn't make LeBron a fucking anti-Semite. Like, just, you can agree with some things that someone says. And I haven't watched this documentary and I don't know that much about it. But I don't think it's just like a straight, like, hate film.
That's a good point. Know? I actually like that. I do think that, like, I was talking about this last night, actually. My uncle was talking about, like, removing statues of, like, historical figures.
Guys, yeah.
And he was like, definitely we shouldn't have conservative statues around. That's a country that lost a fucking war where that country no longer exists. Why do we have those figures around?
Confederate, not conservative, but Freudian slip, you know, I understand why you did that. Make sure to vote. You guys better have fucking voted. That's what Lou's trying to say. You're going to ruin us. I voted the other day.
You voted early? I'm proud of you. I gotta wait until tomorrow. But from what I've heard, all the voting early, like, polls were super busy. And so I might not even have, like, a line tomorrow, you know? I can walk to my poll. I might just go in the middle of the day. Like, I might have lunch and be like, all right, time to go vote.
Bro, I'm not even gonna lie. You may call me stupid, but when it came down to the abortion question, and it was something very, like, it was worded very strangely.
They do word it very strangely,
and it was a yes or no question. And I knew that it's been the whole, you know, vote no campaign. But I was feeling like the test taker anxiety, and I was like,
oh my god, Louis.
I was like, wait a second, I don't know which one is which. I don't know which one I'm voting for.
Louis, please tell me you voted no.
And I wanted to pull my phone out to, like, check it.
Bro, you've never done that? Voting? No. I do that every time I vote.
I didn't know if I was supposed to or not.
They don't give a fuck.
They don't give a fuck. Well, they shouldn't give a fuck, but, you know. But I did guess the right answer.
You guessed the right answer?
Yeah.
It was a 50-50 and you eeny, meeny, miny, moed it?
Well, I used my context clues.
I'm proud of you. Those good test taker skills.
I know. Hey, 50-50 chance.
Yeah,
every true-false question.
But as I was saying, the conservative statues point, and we were saying, like,
Freudian slip.
Yes. Honestly, though, I'm not gonna even
conservative, Confederate, you know.
It's just 100 years later, right? Anyway, we were debating, not even debating, we were saying, like, okay, that's reasonable, but should we be taking down statues of presidents who, like, owned slaves and shit like that, or did some other horrible shit? And it's like, A, we don't hold current political figures to that level of accountability.
Yeah.
And B, like, who's to say? You know?
Yeah.
It's kind of, like Washington. Washington had slaves.
Yeah.
But he was also
the first
found
president
this nation.
of the United States. His ass on the $1 bill.
And same for, like, Andrew Jackson, who had, like, a bunch of kids with one of his slaves. And, like, historians have debated whether or not that's, like, a rape relationship or, like, maybe they were actually in love relationship based on some of the historical context.
He also did the whole, you know, Trail of Tears thing.
Yeah.
That was pretty bad.
Yeah. That's pretty bad shit.
I feel like we can pick and choose.
That, and B, it's like, in my mind, yes, because we shouldn't idolize, like, anybody like that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, but also, it's the same as when we talk about separating art from the artist, where it's like, we can agree with some of their fundamental ideas that help shape this country, but we don't have to agree with every single thing that they did. Because if you think about how you think, one thought is not related to every other thing that you believe and think. You can have an individual, unrelated thought to... You could be a horrible person, but you could, you know, have one great idea.
Yeah, you could be a Nazi and you could still listen to, like, Childish Gambino. You know what I'm saying?
Like just because you're a Nazi doesn't mean that you have...
Things are multifaceted.
Yeah.
For Kyrie to say nothing explicitly anti-Semitic and for him to be treated like he's fucking Kanye.
Really, like he's Kanye.
Like he's saying all these fucking crazy things. It's just kind of wild.
It is kind of wild.
And it is his fault, though.
Yes. And honestly, it says something about, like, the sports media that it was so important for his agent to be like, we gotta get you cleaned up, Kyrie. We gotta get you cleaned up. Yeah. It's too hot right now.
Well, I don't
because it's just like it's not like the paparazzi and shit like that. Like that shit's all toxic as fuck. They will ruin people's lives over some dumb nonsense.
Yeah.
You know? So it really is like they have to kind of react like that because the media can be vicious. You know?
Yeah.
And the 24-hour news cycle just can tear a story up.
Yeah. I mean, they love to talk about Kyrie, and we love to talk about Kyrie too because, you know, he's a controversial guy and we love controversy on this show.
Good news stories, good content.
He's my favorite basketball player. I talk about him every week. Not in a good way, though. Only not about basketball.
Only in his hot takes.
So, yeah, I'd sum it up with that it is kind of fucked up, how shit played out.
Yeah.
But I will also say that it's totally Kyrie's fault.
He totally fucked up.
For not thinking before doing. I mean, that is just, it seems like it would be a simple thing that, you know, if people are already looking for a reason to, you know, cancel you or whatever, then...
You can't be out here posting links to anti-Semitic
shit.
Like, duh. Yeah.
If in my life, with as little popularities I have even among my friends, I wouldn't be out here. I wouldn't want to be thought of that way. So he should understand that on a fucking much bigger scale than
right. On a detrimental level.
On a fucking global scale type shit.
Yeah.
Because they're in fucking Taiwan and they're talking about Kyrie saying something bad. They're talking about how Kyrie said the same things that Kanye said.
That's kind of fucked. Do you think it's because of Kanye?
Why the backlash is magnified?
Yes, but also why he would, like, be thinking about that kind of shit right now.
Why...
Like, do you think he saw Kanye say something that he was like, wait a minute?
Maybe. I wouldn't rule it out. I think it's convenient in a way, but, you know.
Correlation and causation and all that. But
Kyrie can do stupid shit on his own. I think he's got a proven track record of that.
Damn. So what are we trying to listen to this week, Louis? Looks like you're already thinking about it.
You know, I haven't decided because that clipping song that I played for Halloween.
Yeah.
You remember, you know how like all the Pixar movies, like the first wave Pixar movies was thought of like during like one like breakfast, like written on a napkin or something cinematic and stupid like that. And Wally was like, okay, this is the last idea that we had from that session. Yeah. From now on, we're going to be doing, you know, some new shit. That clipping song was Wally from that first batch of songs.
Interesting.
So I'm kind of having to conjure up more shit. I think now I'm gonna do a better job at having some non-hip hop shit. Cool. Because I haven't done any of that yet. But hip hop is what I predominantly listen to, and it's also probably the easiest to talk about. And speaking of easy to talk about, I'm probably gonna try to limit myself on the storytelling songs because I don't know.
What, you feel like that's too easy to talk about? Or there's too much to talk about?
I feel like with storytelling songs, like, we literally have to almost, like, tell the story,
Yeah.
while we're talking about it. So
For sure.
it becomes a lot of shit to talk about. So I have this playlist of 6 songs that I've been thinking about playing on here.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to play Russian Roulette. Preston, I'm going to have you press shuffle, and whatever song it lands on is going to be what we're doing.
I like that.
Isn't that fun?
That is fun.
We're having fun on the Highly Suspicious podcast today.
Like never before.
They said go back where you came from, can't go where I came from. As a kid we escaped it, man, that shit ain't no game that's fun. Outsider since day one, been there since way young. Used to squirm in the seat when teachers called out my name, son. Bells in my name rung, held at my fame brung. Might just roll up like hold up, was you saying some? Don't reach for your waist, stuntin' my droogie, I ain't dumb. Only thing you herbs ever shot was a paint gun. Only whip you skirt in the lots and arcade one. The ones where you race some motherfuckers.
You just listened to Ukraine by your old Droog. So Preston, first time listening to this artist?
No.
Really?
Yeah. He's kind of similar to like MF Doom, so he's kind of in my rotation a little bit.
Nice.
Not like a regular, but you know a song like Train Love?
By your old Droog?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to listen to it.
That's pretty good. Yeah, he's tight. He's weird. He's one of them weird motherfuckers, but first time hearing this song though.
So, where would you guess that he's from if you don't know already?
For some reason I want to say Chicago, but also like East Coast vibes.
So, you're going to need to think bigger than that.
Oh, bigger than that?
Yeah, because...
Is he from Canada?
He's from...
or something like that?
The song is called Ukraine, and...
he is not from the Ukraine.
He's an immigrant that came to the U.S. after the Chernobyl incident.
Really?
So, at the beginning of that song, he says... they tell me, go back where you came from. And then he says, you can't go where I came from.
Hell yeah.
Where he's from is literally
demolished.
Toxic.
Yeah.
Like, you can't go there. Like, you literally can't go there. I think that's just such a crazy response to, that question that...
Yeah, go back where you came from. I can't.
Yeah, I literally can't. And that's true with so many of them.
That really is.
So that's just a crazy fucking line. I will say it's gonna be fucking painful doing this because your old Droog is like this other artist, Makami, where they don't have any of their lyrics like written down. Like they don't have anything on Genius or anything like that.
Tight.
So
yeah.
I have no means of reading lyrics from this.
It's just what we've caught.
Yeah, he just talks about like this crazy like isolation he feels where he just doesn't feel like he fits in with anyone because he says that no matter what he's wearing, how cool quote unquote he is, he's still not going to be accepted by any community because doesn't fit in with black people, white people, because he says that when he would say that he's Russian, people would look at him like that word had a smell. So it's kind of crazy that to black people and Latino people, Russian is just white to you, but to other white people, Russians aren't fucking white. Slavic people aren't considered,
Yeah, it's the same how Jewish people are different or how if you go further back in American history, it's like shit. You're not fucking white. You're fucking Irish, or you're Polak, or you're fucking Italian.
Exactly.
You're not white. I'm white. Which is so stupid. It's all just stupid. But, for real. And fucking saying it has a smell to it. That's fucking real.
Yeah. Because that's really a perspective that no one else can speak on but someone like that. I mean, music is already, the language for, trauma and struggle and shit like that. For sure. And rap is even more of that.
Yeah.
To me. than anything else.
Well, and I think another point is that not just is it like he's from Chernobyl specifically, but also he's like from the USSR. Like he was born there during that time, and that no longer exists either.
Right.
So like on a double level, like
I didn't even think about that, but that's true.
And reading about him, it is interesting because it's on Wikipedia. It says, so first off, small tidbit. Droog comes from a Ukrainian word meaning friend, which is kind of cool. Your old friend.
Yeah.
And
that's nice.
That's a good nice name. That's a good way to say that. Instead of just saying your old friend, it's YOD.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
And then he also, when he first gained public attention in 2014, when online rumors were circulated that his self-published debut EP was actually recorded by Nas under an alter ego. So imagine when you first like pop off online, it's because people think you're fucking Nas.
And they thought it was secretly Nas, but it wasn't.
That's kind of like lit. That's pretty lit. Fucking hype. And like
that story is insane. Bro.
Yeah, that really is. And like good for him too, because realistically a lot of his shit is about like where he fits in and shit like that. And so for him to like really pop off and motherfuckers are out here thinking he's Nas. That's awesome.
He did say, I really am from New York. How else are you supposed to sound when you talk?
Yeah, right?
And he says that there's no Englishmen in New York. Yeah. He's basically saying, like, you know, it is a very diverse, like, there's
he's
a bunch
New Yorker,
of different people there.
Yeah, not American. And that's how a lot of people feel, like, locally, you know? It's like, I'm not fucking proud to be an American, but I love Louisville.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's much easier to say, that's my city versus, like, you know. Yeah. I'm fully 100% on board with everything this country is doing.
Well, it's that, but it's also, like...
And easier to identify with some place, especially as an immigrant in New York. It's like, that's part of what New York is.
Yeah, that's how it started.
And that's how it is. Like, that's why there's Chinatown and there's every fucking country in the world in New York.
Little China.
There's like little Haiti and shit like that. There's
Lil
like
Wayne,
tiny, there's like streets where it's just like all the fucking Jamaicans in New York live on that street. And that's where you go to get like the best jerk chicken of your fucking life. Like,
Lil Baby.
That's how New York works. And it's lit. Lil Baby New York. Where all the little babies are. You're so funny.
So yeah, I like to put shine on people like that because, I mean, is he accessible to a lot of people? No, probably not. But if you like that type of music where it's like, you know, lyrical, like writing bass with kind of that old school lo-fi almost sound, then that's someone who's right up your alley.
Absolutely. A great one.
But yeah, if I knew that I couldn't look at the lyrics, I would have written some more lyrics down, but that's all right. The last line in the song is every future was a meathead once. So he's talking about, like, Future the rapper.
Yeah.
But he's saying, like, you know, all the cool people were dicks in high school, basically.
Right.
Like cool people aren't actually, like, cool people. Like, they've just, like, got, like, status.
Yeah. They just look cool to you.
They have it.
Yeah.
So who better to be, like, almost, like, you know, part of that underground culture, if not someone like that.
Yeah, who doesn't really fit in anywhere anyway. That's lit. Man, now I just want to listen to more of his music.
You should. He's got some really good music. On the brighter news of basketball, the Louisville basketball season started yesterday when you all hear this. So hopefully we don't embarrass ourselves and lose against Bellarmine, because that would be really sad. But we lost to one of the exhibition games that we had, we were playing against this D2 team called Lenore Rhine, and they're not even like a good D2 team. They're a shitty D2 team, and they fucking beat us by like 10 points. And that broke a streak of exhibition wins that went back like 20 years or something like that. So hopefully that's not a grim sign for things to come. I'm choosing to go into the season optimistic. I'm probably going to go to the first game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was just thinking that we should go to, like, Granville and watch a few games like that. Mm-hmm. Especially cool. Over, like break when you got nothing going on.
Yeah.
That'd be lit.
Definitely.
All right. I wanted to just do something dumb at the end of this episode, just, like, fun. So I wanted to go through the internet and just look up some, like, stoner thoughts, you know?
Yeah.
Just something funny that we could maybe debate a little bit about, or we can just laugh our asses off.
Okay.
This is one that I saw recently on Instagram.
Explain. But how can birthday cake be a flavor if birthday cake can be whatever flavor you want it to be?
I saw that earlier, and I was at work, and I was in that, like, slump at work where I was like, please, God, get me out of here, and then that was the next video that came up on my phone, and it just made me so happy. I was just like, wow, bro, he's a real one.
It makes you think.
It really makes you think. Who decided what flavor birthday cake is? Because...
Bruh.
He's right. Birthday cake can be any flavor cake.
That video was so unfunny. I did not even laugh.
Oh, yeah?
I didn't laugh because it's obvious what birthday cake is. It's not any birthday cake. It's specifically, like, the classic, like, style of birthday cake.
What, like a yellow cake with
like, white icing and, like,
super sugary
sprinkles
white
on
icing
it.
and sprinkles? That is what universal birthday cake flavor is, but, like... What asshole decided that was birthday cake?
I mean...
Instead of just calling that, like, cake. Why does it have to be birthday cake specific?
Well, I don't think that's usually a cake that people get. Like, I don't think that's, like...
When I think of cake, I honestly think of chocolate cake.
I love chocolate cake.
Like, if you said, I'm baking a cake, that's the kind of cake that I imagine. But I think you're right. If somebody says I'm making a birthday cake, like, it's more likely to be white cake, icing,
like
sprinkles, or
some
shit like that.
If you got, like, a cake to, like, celebrate something, like, I don't know, like an accomplishment or, like, an anniversary or something.
That's generally.
You don't imagine, like,
that's
a
whatever
birthday
kind of cake you want.
You don't imagine, like, a white cake type of thing. No, I always get the ice cream cake for my birthday. That shit's fire.
Like even now?
Yes.
Absolutely.
That shit is hitter.
You
know who has the best ice cream cake?
Who?
Dairy Queen.
Like, for real?
I've tried all of them.
You've never had, like, a birthday, like, a ice cream cake from, like, Grater's or Baskin Robbins?
It's not as good.
Really? As an ice cream specific place? Hey, these are some good ones. I'm not even gonna lie. The word bed looks like a bed.
How? How does the word bed look like a bed? I don't get it.
Look at that.
What?
You got, like, a headboard and a footboard and a mattress.
What's the E?
Part of the mattress.
That's a terrible stoner thought. The word bed does not look anything like a bed. Welcome to Mythbusters.
Welcome to...
Okay, let's hear another.
Think about it. White chocolate milk. That's gross, honestly. That's just a gross thought.
White chocolate milk? I don't
This is a fact, though. 50% of human DNA is shared with a banana. That's kind of whack.
That's real.
That's pretty whack.
You ever channel it?
What?
The banana?
My inner banana.
Sometimes it just comes out of me.
Louis.
What?
Isn't it crazy how you see your nose all of the time, but your brain really does just block that shit out?
Sometimes I just look at it.
You're just like, obscenely aware of your nose.
I'm like, hi, nose.
I forgot that you existed for a second there.
I like to make sure it's still there.
Traumatized when you were a child and somebody played Got Your Nose.
Yeah, and he never gave it back.
Is that how you wake up in like a cold sweat at night? Like, they never gave me my nose back.
Yes.
Just years later. Bro. If the sun is in space, why is space so dark? I think I understand why there's so many conspiracy theories about how the universe works. Because that's kind of weird.
Flat Earth confirmed. That's like the thing people talk about with Antarctica.
What? There's like a hole in Antarctica and...
Well, they think that a lot of people think that there's some shit wall up there, or that it's like the ice wall. Yeah.
Yeah, because on their map, it's not that there's just Antarctica at the bottom. It's that it goes all the way around.
Antarctica looks big as hell on the fucking globe. It looks crazy.
It is kind of big.
I think there is some shit up there. I don't think it's the edge of the world.
You mean down there?
Well, Antarctica and the North Pole, too.
Yeah. The North Pole is just like water, though.
Now it is.
Just like, yeah. In the 21st century, like, just being real, there ain't no motherfucking glaciers up there.
It's looking like damn Florida up there. That's fucked up.
I mean, shit, though, like...
Someone should send them ice up there.
Bro, why doesn't Santa Claus stop making fucking toys and just reverse global warming already?
Yeah. I think Santa Claus is the real
I think Santa wants global warming so that he doesn't have to move to Florida to retire. He can just stay in the North Pole.
Well, Santa's obviously he's praying for the consumerism in the world to destabilize the global economy. So when that happens, he'll be able to take over the world.
I was about to say, he would still have his workshop. He'd be the only means of production.
Yeah.
After societal collapse. Oh my god, Santa's evil.
Makes
so much sense.
And we'll think that Santa's saving us all, and then we're like, please, Santa, give us food. And Santa's like, get back to the salt mines.
Santa was the real capitalist all along. It wasn't Jeff Bezos. It was Santa Claus in a mask. Oh my god.
I think that would be like a good movie.
That'd be a good reveal, for real. Yeah.
TV show. It's like in...
Jeff Bezos is on national television talking about how he's finally moving to the moon and we're all going to be stuck paying for it. And then he peels off his mask.
It would be funnier if Christmas was actually like a sequel and this was like the prequel and Jeff Bezos is like, I'm going to move production to the North Pole and then I'm going to grow a beard.
So the prequel is Jeff Bezos becomes Santa.
Yeah.
Then reverts back to Jeff Bezos to fool everybody and then reveals that he's Santa.
No, Preston, that wouldn't make any sense. Jeff Bezos becomes Santa, then he stays Santa.
Oh my god. Where are we, Louis? What are we doing?
I fear this is unusable.
I know you'll still leave it in there. It's very rare that you just are like, nope.
Only when I'm not on my shit. When I'm not on my shit, I'm like, fuck it.
Fuck it.
Jeff Bezos Santa makes sense to me. Close this out.
I don't know how to transition out of this, so we're just gonna do a quick pivot. Please make sure to like, comment, share, all that good stuff. You skip the middleman. Make my life easier. Subscribe wherever the fuck you listen to this podcast. It is like just such a good idea. You're just too blind to see it. And we drop every Thursday. Every Thursday. We've been doing it for several months now. Come on. Y'all are sleeping on us. Like, we have so much content for you. Just catch up already. Come on.